The power to move a nation forward takes root in the productivity of business and industries. As your Meralco corporate partner, we understand the role power plays in fueling the growth of your business. How it moves, how it brings things to life, how it drives your business, and ultimately, how it plays a role in building a nation. Our relationship goes beyond distributing power. Over 100 years of experience has shaped us into the company we are today. We have evolved from being a power distribution company to a total energy solutions provider. And it is this experience that we bring to all our partnerships. It is with this perspective that we adapt and evolve to your energy needs, whatever they may be. We may be a big company, but our approach is always personal. Our energy solutions, always customized. Our subsidiaries are vertically integrated to seamlessly provide end-to-end energy solutions. Isakai is a company focused on electric vehicles and EV charging technologies that aim to modernize transport systems and offer green mobility solutions for the private and public transport sectors throughout the country. MServe is an expert in providing superior, customized after-the-meter energy services, specifically strategic load-side outsourcing and energy efficiency solutions that empower businesses and help them achieve total system efficiency and reliability. Classified as a AAA contractor, our subsidiary Miascore is engaged in engineering, procurement, construction and maintenance, focusing on industrial plants, power generation, communications, and waterworks. Radius Telecoms Incorporated is the only Philippine carrier that delivers connectivity services on a pure fiber optic infrastructure nationwide, enabling service providers and businesses to transmit digital information on a secure information superhighway. From the design of the system to its interconnection to the grid, Spectrum is Meralco's solar company that provides end-to-end expertise. From day one, your Meralco Corporate Partners team works with you to map out your power needs, improve your power quality, and increase productivity through energy-efficient services and solutions.
Our main objective is to provide adequate, reliable, and affordable power to our commercial and industrial customers. Our relationship managers and technical support team are the heart and soul of our relationship and engagement with our big commercial and industrial customers. In Meralco Corporate Partners, we feel that if our customers grow, it allows Meralco to grow with them.
Both Meralco and MSA are very important and very necessary for us to have the quality energy 24/7.
Meralco is a reliable partner and we value their customer centricity.
Especially when we encounter power issues, the response is quite fast, especially when we need support on how to improve our electricity load. Their team will always be here to support us.
We build a lot of restaurants in the country, and in those areas where we need it, Meralco's been there, responding to our needs and really helping us get energy to our restaurants as quickly as possible.
We value the fact that Meralco has taken a very proactive approach to customer service and given us the ability to provide reliable and sustainable services to our customers, effectively tying our relationship with Meralco to our relationship with our customers.
There is power in partnerships, hard-working partnerships. that drive business and industries and fuel the growth of a nation. Partner with us today.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Meralco Power Up Now webinar on how we can all work together in this new normal. This is Powering Up the New Normal for Enterprise Industrial Customers. My name is Ren Tagudin, Relationship Manager for Meralco Customers specializing in consumer products manufacturing, and I will be your host for this webinar. Amidst this COVID-19 situation, we find ourselves living in a new kind of world, as we keep saying, a new normal. For Meralco, our priority is always our customers' needs, and we had to change the way we achieve that goal. Today, we will get to hear updates on our operations, billing matters, and other Meralco initiatives specific to enterprise customers from familiar faces from Meralco. Throughout this webinar, feel free to type your questions and comments by clicking the Ask a Question button found in the chat window. We'll do our best to pose all your questions during the Q&A portion. Also, please regularly check our chat window for any announcements. And now, to formally start this webinar, let us hear from the Vice President and Head of Meralco's Corporate Business Group, Ms. Maria Cecilia Domingo.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Meralco's Powering Up the New Normal webinar. Thank you for taking time to join us under these extraordinary circumstances. Before we start our webinar, we want to acknowledge the presence of the Chairman, Presidents, officers, and members of our country's trade and business associations. Salamat po sa inyong pagdalo. Now, more than ever, we have to work closer together to overcome this trial. Closer, but still observing physical distancing. The COVID-19 pandemic, which forced the country to be under enhanced community quarantine, has heavily affected us and our businesses. I think it is safe to say that none of us, the government including, was prepared for this situation. We're all learning, and thus we need to be more patient and understanding with each other. I'm sure you've seen in all media channels that Meralco has been in the news just as much as the COVID-19 stories because of high May bills. As a result of the complaints of customers and consumer groups, Meralco was called on by the Joint Congressional Energy Commission to address public outcry at a hearing on May 22. All of our actions, including billings, are above board. There may be bill shocks, but all of these are explainable and understandable based on the many concerns that were raised to us already. We would like to assure you that we will only bill what you consume. Today and for the next 2 days, we will be conducting these webinars as a means to dialogue with our customers and take this opportunity to share with you what has been happening to Meralco in the last 10 weeks. Our efforts to support our customers and help our country in saving lives. I invite you to please ask your questions during the Q&A portion because it is crucial that we continue to talk to each other, collaborate, and work together. We'd like to ensure that all your questions will be answered. If the time will not be enough for all your questions in this webinar, your relationship managers can get in touch with you or better yet, set up pocket meetings with you. We are all in this together, and together, through the mercy of our Lord Jesus Christ, who alone can save us all, we will overcome and we will heal as one. Maraming salamat po. God bless us all and have a productive afternoon.
Thank you, Ms. Cecil, for your inspirational message. Now, here to enlighten us on Meralco's new normal operations, your energy expert in this time of COVID-19, let us all welcome the lead handling customers from the electronics and automotive industry, Mr. Arnold de Guzman.
Thank you very much, Ren. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Arnold de Guzman, Lead Relationship Manager for Electronics and Automotive Industry. Today, I will be giving you updates on how Meralco operates while on ECQ. I'll also share with you the different steps we have taken to give relief to your business. There are three key points that I will be discussing. First is how we keep the lights on during COVID-19 or Meralco's business continuity management. Second, our efforts to assist you and give relief to your business, where we discuss updates on billing and payments. Third is to share with you the services that might be relevant when going back to work. Let's begin with Meralco's efforts in continuing to keeping the lights on. During these challenging times, Meralco made sure that electric power remains uninterrupted, especially to essential establishments such as hospitals, quarantine facilities, and other facilities delivering basic services. In coordination with One Meralco Foundation, we initiated fundraising activities to help marginalized families, hospitals in need of PPEs, and employees of Meralco contractors. We are also implementing our business continuity plan as well as measures to distribute power around the clock. Please allow me to share with you some highlights of our efforts by watching this short clip. On our end, we ensure that we can deliver reliable power supply and service to you without compromising the health and safety of our workers by implementing our business continuity management. With the increase of COVID-19 infections early March and the implementation of ECQ by our government, we implemented emergency operations on our mission critical groups since March 14. Mission critical groups comprise of our sub-transmission services, system control, commercial operations, call center, ICT service delivery, and crew members which were locked down on site and continue to provide vital services, especially for government and private hospitals and other government agencies. All the rest of the employees of Meralco are on work-from-home arrangement. We are now adjusting to the new normal. Similar with other businesses affected by this pandemic, we need to find alternative ways to transact. We do this first by continuing our engagement to you and address any concerns. Second, we, your relationship managers, technical services engineers, and our network operations remain available 24/7. In valuing health and safety of our employees and in compliance with ECQ, majority are on work-from-home setup since March 17. Third, we still continue to process service applications so we can power up homes and businesses even during ECQ. And lastly, we have been promoting safe and convenient ways to pay bills and transact with us. Because of this, we have suspended our meter reading and bill delivery activities since March 20. This resulted to bill estimation and copy of bills were not given on schedule. We would like to assure you that our intent is only to bill you based on your actual reading. We partially resumed meter reading for business customers last April 11 and on May 6 for residential customers. If you already receive your bill and it's estimated, rest assured that we will use your actual consumption and we will make rebilling. Meters used for enterprise accounts has memory function that can retrieve actual demand. Number 2, we resumed bill delivery last May 2. Customers may reach out to us anytime to get a copy of their bill. Because people are now working at home, we encountered numerous overloaded facilities affecting our residential customers due to an increase in load. Kites getting entangled to our lines has also increased during this lockdown. Both caused an abnormal rise in unscheduled power interruption. First, Meralco is able to address this by securing IATF IDs for our key personnel to ease movement across the franchise area. Our network's operations have also made infrastructure upgrades to our power lines. Second, we are working closely with LGU and law enforcement authorities to discourage kite flying activities that could potentially affect power lines. And lastly, we continue to educate our customers via public information campaign on how to efficiently manage their power consumption during this crisis. Very alarming are the power outages caused by kite flying activities that caused during ECQ. We encountered 47 outages. We are doing our campaign in various channels like GMA News Online and Facebook. Similarly, many of our facilities serving residential area have overloaded because of increase in load during ECQ. As part of Meralco's work reentry, we have been implementing rapid tests for our 3,650 employees comprising 65% of the total workforce who are working on site either through shifting or flexible hours. Almost 35% of the workforce remain to be working from home. Meralco premises are prepared for the work reentry by implementing social distancing and other safety and health measures such as office workstation tagging, installation of health safety markings, installation of acrylic guards, disinfection and sanitation, and distribution of personal protective equipment. Meralco is providing shuttle services and other transportation arrangement for its employees. We are also retrofitting our HVAC and adopt indoor air quality solutions to ensure virus and bacteria does not circulate inside the building. This is done with the help of MServe, and their services are available as well to all our customers. Our business centers are now open to serve all our customers with safety protocols in place. They operate on skeletal force to observe social distancing. All personnel are provided with PPEs and provide COVID-19 rapid tests. Going back to the new normal, we install acrylic barriers, physical marker guides, floor mats, and temperature scanners as added precaution when transacting. Same with our head office, we are planning to implement indoor air quality solutions to our business centers and currently undergoing assessment. We also have a desktop station for those who need to transact through video call to contact work-from-home employees. But for corporate customers like you, dedicated relationship managers are assigned to your accounts to address any concerns directly. If there is one thing that this pandemic taught us, it's that digital transactions are now a necessity and should be implemented not just because of comfort, but for our own safety. Is your account enrolled already? If not, please let your relationship managers help you on the requirements so we can enroll your accounts to Meralco Online. We are one with you during this most difficult time and would like to share with you the steps you are taking to give you much relief to your business. Both ERC and DOE provide guidance to the power industry to ease payment requirements for power consumers and provide relief to distribution utilities. To align with the ECQ implementation, they released advisories to ensure consumers are protected and to ease their burden on payment. The estimated billing being implemented is aligned with the guidelines of ERC and Distribution Service Open Access Rules or DSOR. We assure you that you will pay only the equivalent amount of actual consumption during this period of ECQ and modified ECQ. Hopefully on the succeeding slides, I can give clarity what happened to our March to May bills. But first, I would like to update everyone that all bills due from March 1 to May 31, or the 3 months, will be collected by Meralco in 4 monthly installments. This is applicable to both residential and business customers. Also, for those accounts that has 200 kilowatt-hour consumption or less on the month of February, you are qualified to avail 6 months monthly installment. Second, collection of installment bills will start no earlier than June 15. Considering that at the start of ECQ period, our daily peak demand has decreased by 35%. We claim force majeure against the power supply agreements of our power suppliers. With this, we were able to generate close to 1.02 billion in customer savings as a result of force majeure claim. And lastly, GMBD is suspended from March 16 to May 31, and customers will be billed only based on the actual demand. This will bring relief to businesses with reduced operations or no operations during ECQ and MECQ. To explain further, all business accounts have GMBD. This is computed based on 70% of the contracted capacity, which we agreed on when your account was applied to Meralco. This only affects the distribution portion, which is around 17% of the total bill. As an analogy, we can compare it to a 4 GB data plan wherein whether you use it or not, you will still be billed for it because that's the reserve capacity. Given that most companies are unable to operate during the lockdown, we understand that consumption will be at the minimum and most will not be able to exceed their guaranteed minimum billing demand. To better illustrate this, we have shown here a sample account with a contracted capacity of 1,000 kilowatt. GMBD is computed 70% of the contracted capacity or 700 kilowatt. Minimum reserve capacity for big accounts is 40 kilowatt. For scenario 1, demand is 900 kilowatt. There are some customers who were able to operate 80 to 100% even during ECQ. An example of these are businesses tagged as essential, such as hospitals. In this case, GMBD has no effect because the actual demand is higher, so it will still be billed at the actual demand or 900 kilowatt. For scenario 2, this profile is similar to accounts operating at skeletal operations or those that are less than 50%. Demand load will therefore be much lower during ECQ. With high probability that it will be much less than the GMBD, in this case, GMBD is 700 kilowatt, but since it's suspended, our billing will be based on the actual demand, which is only 600 kilowatt. This will translate to a financial relief of 23,715 pesos. For scenario 3, this profile is similar to accounts that have stopped operations during ECQ, causing a huge dip in demand or 10 kilowatt only. Since GMBD is suspended, your billing will only be based on 10 kilowatt, giving a financial relief of 163,633 pesos. There might be some customers that we have already given the billing, reflecting high demand or GMBD despite no operation. And some might have paid this already. Don't worry, we will make adjustment on your future bills. And we hope that this is good news to you. Similarly, we have noted 2 customer experience during ECQ. There are customers that have high actual consumption, but estimated bills are lower. This includes profile of residents that have stayed home longer during doing work from home and use more appliances for longer hours. And also, those business customers that were allowed to fully operate are also part of this. The other one are customers that have low or zero consumption, but estimated bills are higher. This includes profile of condos where the occupant move out during ECQ period. This is also the cause for majority of the business customers that were unable to operate and have limited workforce during ECQ. To explain further scenario 1, let's take a look at this consumption chart reflecting the sample case of scenario 1. So during the month of December, January, February, the consumption is relatively low. And the reason for this? Cool weather and less people at home contributed to low electricity consumption. However, come the months of March, April, and May, the consumption is drastically increasing. And the reason for this? Warmer weather and everyone at home contributed to an increase in residential consumption. However, looking at our estimated consumption, this is relatively linear. And the reason for this is because the March estimated bill is based on the previous 3 months average or December, January, February, and the April estimated is based on the previous 3-month average or January, February, March. To explain this further on the bill, let's take a look at this typical 200 kilowatt-hour residential household consumption. As you can see, there is an actual reading on December, January, February. There's no reading for March and April because these are ECQ periods. Then we resume meter reading come May. So the first step to get the May billing with adjustments is first, get the present reading. In this case, it's 2,350. Then subtract the previous reading. In this case, the previous reading is from the month of February, which is 1,600. The result is 750 kilowatt-hour. 750 kilowatt-hour represents the consumption of the previous 3 months. So we need to subtract the consumption from the March and April. So step 2, we get the estimated consumption for March and April. So as mentioned earlier, the formula is get the previous 3 months average. So in this case, for March, it's December, January, February, or 220 plus 180 plus 200 divided by the total number of bill days for those months. In this case, it's 30 plus 31 plus 31. Multiplied by the total number of bill days for March, we get 189 kilowatt-hour. Similarly, we do this also for April. We get the total past 3 months consumption. In this case, it's January, February, March, or 180 plus 200 plus 189, divided by the total number of bill days for those months. It's 31 plus 29, multiplied by the total number of bill days for the April bill, and we get 194 kilowatt-hour. Now, we less these two billing from March and April from 750 kilowatt-hour, and we get the May consumption with adjustments of 367 kilowatt-hours. Please take note that this includes April adjustment and March adjustment. Letters, as an action point for Meralco, letters will be sent to customers explaining the May bill computation. Also, unpaid March, April, and May bills, or what we call ECQ bills, will be paid in 4 or 6 equal monthly installments, with first installment no earlier than June 15. For scenario 2, where business with reduced or partial operations during ECQ, let's take a look at a typical 200 kilowatt-hour residential household consumption. So again, we have readings from December, January, February, and then March and April have estimated bills because of ECQ. Then Meralco will resume meter reading on the month of May. So the first step is get the present reading less the previous reading. We get 60 kilowatt-hour. less the March and April estimated bills 189 and 194, and the result is a negative May consumption of negative 323 kilowatt hours. So Meralco's action point here is to send letters regarding the adjustments for March and April and May bills. If March and or April bill is paid already, Meralco will refund the overpayment, or as another option, credit it to future bills. In compliance with the ERC advisory, ECQ bills will be separated from the regular monthly bill. The ECQ bill, which will be divided into monthly installments, shall be due every 15th on the month, with the first monthly installment to be received by June 15. Succeeding installments will be on July 15, August 15, and September 15 for the second, third, and fourth installment payment respectively. Also, for the June bill, this will have a due date no earlier than June 30. For your safety and convenience, we highly encourage you to pay your bills online through online banking or direct bank transfer or automatic payment arrangements. If you wish to pay over the counter, your options are Meralco Business Centers, Bayad Center, and partner banks. For residential customers, we also have online platforms like online banking and mobile banking apps and websites, and Meralco Online. For over-the-counter, you can go to Meralco Business Centers, Bayad Centers, and partner banks. When paying over-the-counter via payment partners, make sure you have a copy of your bill and your ATM or Meralco reference number to be able to pay. If it's expired already, please feel free to contact your relationship managers and we will gladly help you generate a new ATM or Meralco reference number. Next, we would like to share with you services and solutions that can help post-ECQ operations. Meralco is here to support you on all your power and electrical requirements, whether it's line side or load side. We are an end-to-end energy solutions provider, from providing peak-off-peak rates as an alternative rate option to customers that operate during off-peak, to energy solutions like EPC, HVAC, and power quality, or innovations like solar, e-vehicles, data connectivity, and prepaid electricity. We have our subsidiaries to support this. We have MServe that can help you on your load side requirement. They have a new services that deals with indoor air quality solutions, and they can upgrade or retrofit your HVAC systems and install filters and purifiers to fight against bacteria and pollutants. We also have Spectrum for your solar requirement, Mescore to deal with sub-transmission lines, Isakay to deal with e-vehicle requirements or shuttling services. If you have fiber optic requirement, we have Radius, and Bayad Center for outsourced payment collection. Should you have clarifications, please contact your relationship manager. You can also email us at corporatepartners.meralco.com.ph or customercare@meralco.com.ph. That ends my presentation, and thank you very much.
Maging sa bahay, opisina, o sa paaralan, andito lang kami para tumulong sa inyo. Ang pangangailangan, kami ay tutugon. Sa bawat araw ay kasama ninyo, mga kaibigan ninyo sa Meralco. Mas masaya, mas maganda, may liwanag. 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 Ay ganda pag ang mundo'y nakikita, hatid nitong liwanag na aming dala. Serbisyo at kaalaman ang aming alay, upang kayo'y tulungan sa habang buhay. Aming serbisyo tapat at totoo, hatid sa inyo ng Meralco. Mas masaya, mas maganda, may liwanag. Mas masaya, mas maganda, maganda pag may liwanag. Mas masaya, mas maganda. Humahawak o bagyo, bumaliktad man ang mundo, kami maaasahan ninyo. Mas masaya, mas maganda pag may liwanag. 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 Mas masaya, mas maganda.